talking to. Let's get on down to imagination. You are me and I am you. Super familiar. Super familiar. I wanna be super familiar. Don't be a stranger.
Welcome to Super Familiar with the Wilsons. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Josh, and this is the podcast about Marriage 2.0 with kids.
And side quests.
We're starting on a new side quest, aren't we, Amanda?
No, I don't want to. We did it before, and I didn't want to go down this trail again. Or side path, whatever the quests are. Where they branch off from the main map. What's that called?
Side quest.
But what's the physical?
It's in our description of our podcast.
That's the thing we're doing, but what is the path in which we are on?
We're being led down the garden trail or bunny trails. That's the thing.
That's what people do good on bunny trail. Whatever it is, I don't like it because the kidney stone is back. Well, it's not bad.
Let's be clear.
That one
Daryl
left.
did not climb back in.
Is that what we called it? Josh is insisting we called it Daryl. I don't know if that's accurate.
We did.
So I had a kidney stone last October. No, 2 years ago, October. Yeah.
So it just feels...
it is back with a vengeance. So
it is not back. This is a new one again.
One.
Although I wonder how Daryl is doing. You know, he's 2 now, and so he's out there somewhere.
1.5. He's somewhere. I don't know where he is. But this was really awful. I woke up about, I don't know that I ever truly went to sleep. I was really uncomfortable last night, but we went out with friends and we had dinner and I ate quite a lot of chicken nachos. So I was thinking, well, maybe this is just like some sort of gastric distress from my chicken nachos. But it was in my lower back and it was radiating to the side. And I know this pain. This pain and I are familiar because it took me about a month to get rid of Daryl. And this pain, though, on a scale of 1 to I never want to do this again, was an 8.
Yeah.
And I get why people say, I mean, it's akin to labor because that's what it felt like. At one point, I was just walking around the bedroom, just trying to get in a comfortable position.
Why didn't I have you breathe?
Yeah, no.
Oh, my
that didn't
gosh.
work during the child labor either. You didn't make me breathe with Winthrop.
I couldn't make you do anything. Let's be very clear.
Well, you were just watching Steve Harvey the whole time.
I was not watching Steve Harvey.
The only feud was on when Winthrop was delivered, by the way, people.
But that was just because we weren't going to, take the time to turn off. But I was mostly paying all my attention to you.
Anyway, this horrible pain, I think that I slept just a little bit and woke up with it around 1-ish. And I lay there with the heating pad on. It was getting worse and worse. So then I got up and I took 2 Advil and I took half a Xanax because I have a Xanax subscription.
Subscription, that's right.
Prescription for when I, for panic attacks, but it also helps me sleep. And so I thought, I'll take a half a Xanax and 2 Advil. Nothing. I guess my crying out in pain is what woke you. Like I had you give me 2 more Advil.
Yeah.
Right. And then a little while later, I took a tramadol, which was the prescription med that they gave me for the kidney stone when I had it 2 years ago, which by the way, that's probably expired now that I think about it.
Did it work?
It worked.
Well, then forget about it. Let it roll, baby.
You checked the drug interaction with Advil and Lexapro, but forgot to tell you that I took a Xanax. And then I remembered. Turns out it was a bad choice that I made.
Very bad choice. I basically, folks, had to keep her from falling asleep for a window of 3 hours.
Yeah.
And basically I had to ascertain that she wasn't dizzy. She wasn't just going to fall asleep and I couldn't wake her up. And she wasn't confused.
And I wasn't in respiratory distress.
Because
it turns out it's a lethal combination. Like this is how like movie stars and rock stars die.
That's that stuff and Jack Daniels.
I didn't drink any Jack.
Okay, well then that's what saved you.
Yes.
So that was a fun start to our Sunday.
So I finally at 7:30 begged him to let me sleep. So I slept for a couple hours. Josh has not slept at all since like 3 o'clock this morning, 3 or 4 o'clock this morning. So send thoughts and well wishes. But he kept looking at me and I knew the sound of the pillow when you'd roll over to look at me and I'd open my eyes and I'd say, I'm awake. And
we had the TV on. we're watching this show where they're redesigning rooms and stuff, and I love this show. I'm invested in it. So I'm watching it. Every now and again, I'd look over at Amanda, and she'd have her eyes closed, and she'd say, "My eyes aren't closed; they're open." And at one point, she said, "The eye on the other side of the face that you can't see, that eye is open."
Yeah, I had one eye open. He just couldn't see it.
Bullshit.
I really was convinced. Maybe that's where the confusion was. I really was convinced that my other eye was open.
Kidney stones are no joke.
Oh, God, it's the worst. And I'm just really, really sore today. And I know that I probably should go to like urgent care or something and get some pain meds that will work, but I don't really don't want to.
It worked.
Yeah. So as long as I don't take a Xanax, we can do that tonight so I can sleep, but I will call the doctor tomorrow.
So what you all can do to help us is help us come up with a name for this kidney stone.
She's a real bitch.
Yeah, and Daryl feels like a different category of name.
Yeah,
It's
that one wasn't as awful.
kind of innocuous. The worst thing that Daryl has done is brought a 7-layer dip to a party with part of the first layer missing. Right?
Okay, that's not cool, Daryl.
We need a different name. We need a more extreme name. This kidney stone is a problem. It's
Yeah, I
going to
know.
be a problem. This is a stone that arrives with a briefcase and can destroy your credit score. This is a bad stone. So we need a bad name.
Go ahead and write in at familiarwilsons@gmail.com and let me know what I should name her. I hope she's not around for as long as Daryl was around, because this pain is, this is not going to be fun. I can't do this.
And it will help us to have someone to yell at, like a
Yes.
personification of the thing, so that she doesn't yell at me. This is what I'm saying to you.
But I'm not mad at you about this. You were very kind and loving and took very good care of me.
Of course I am.
I know, but I'm just telling the world that you did. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. One of the things that we had planned to do this weekend that kind of got derailed a bit was continuing the process of turning our guest room into a pub.
All right, so if I'm ever takes me a second, it's because the pain is starting to come back. I guess the meds are wearing off, and she heard me talking about her.
She's
I don't
kicking?
know.
Is she kicking?
Yeah. Like with her little stiletto. She's got tiny little Louboutin stilettos on. Maybe I will just name her what's the lead character in The Devil Wears Prada? Maybe that's what she'll be. Anyway, yeah, we were gonna work on the room, but we had soccer yesterday and it got canceled because for the first time in a very long time we had a ton of rain, which we were very thankful for. But then, you kind of got some stuff done on the room.
A little bit, but I was also in a funk yesterday because various things happened and distracted me. But I have
That had nothing to do with me.
No. That was today.
That was tonight, last night, yeah.
I've come to the conclusion, though, one of the things that we've had to do with getting this room ready to turn it into something else is we got to pull all the shit out. We have too much stuff.
We have so much stuff.
I think one of the reasons why I was in a funk is because our house is a little upside down right now, and that's just stressful.
Yeah.
We've got to declutter our lives.
Yes.
And not only declutter our lives from things, but from not nouns, but verbs as well.
Okay.
Wait, breathe through it. Amanda's making a face.
I'm gritting my teeth. It's okay.
You want me to get you a piece of leather to bite down on?
No, get out of here. Just keep talking about how I need to declutter my life. Go ahead.
To bring this conversation to a little bit of a turn here, we announced last week that our friend Chicken Tom had passed away.
Yeah.
And that really, really, and continues to affect me in ways that surprise me. One of the things that it has served to do as I've been processing my grief is I've stopped doing certain things.
Okay.
Other podcasts that I had going,
Yeah.
and just different other things. I kind of just put the brakes on them for a while. It feels good to be able to do that. So, it's a good time as I'm considering my life, as I'm considering our life, as we are turning the house upside down, to consider what do we need, what do we keep, and then what do we let go of. And that's an okay thing.
Yeah. My desk was in the office, so I was going through and pulling stuff out.
I'm going to stop you and let the folks know that the noises that you're probably hearing are the wind chime, because we are recording outside again this week, and we may record outside from now on because it is just so lovely out here, and you can hear all the noises and I don't know if you heard that motorcycle go by, but it's very peaceful.
Well, it's more peaceful to you than the dog.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt,
okay.
but that's what the noises are back there.
It's okay. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, I know. I was having to go through my desk when we were clearing it out to take it out of the office. And one of the things that I need to get better at is like, there's a ton of stuff that Winthrop has made that I'm like, oh, this is cute. I don't want to get rid of. And one of the things that I got, I think from the Swedish death cleaning show that we used to watch on Netflix. And the idea of Swedish death cleaning is that you go ahead and purge your life of the things that that you don't need so that your family doesn't have to do it after you're gone. Like we've both had to do it for our families, and it's hard, right? It's hard. So is to take pictures of things and then let the things go. Like he had written some things and I was like, oh, I'm going to keep this. And then I just took a picture of it and then recycled the paper because that's, I think, a better way of, instead of like physically holding on to these things.
Yeah. And I'm less talking about things that are that nostalgic because that, to me, that's meaningful. I get what you're saying, but I am talking about like the drawer full of wires.
Yeah, and it's that whole thing of like, well, we may find what it plugs into at some point.
We're never going to find out what these cords go to. I have the power cord to my Atari from when I was 7 years old or whatever.
1982.
But this thing is, we've got this thing in our head that the likelihood of us needing something is directly proportional to the time at which we throw it away.
Yes.
So we throw it away, then the next day, oh, I'm going to need that, random Allen wrench. What we do is we start to declutter, and then we reach a point where it just becomes too overwhelming, and we just sit back and said, no, it's okay. It's fine. This is fine. This is a system. We're good. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're going to leave it. And then we stop.
So what you're saying is we don't have follow through.
I'm saying that it seems like too big of a task.
We get overwhelmed.
And also we tend to add things to our life in ways that we shouldn't do that. I think that the last big thing that we really should have added to our life was the 9-year-old. So then there's that.
He's going to be 10 soon, so we can stop adding things to our life.
Decluttering, I think, basically is a way of breaking up with your past self.
Oh, that's interesting.
What
if I like my past self, though?
I know, but there are parts of your past self that you can let go of in favor of your now self.
Okay.
So I think that's how we should look at it.
Winthrop asked me something yesterday. He said, if you could stick and be any age for the rest of your life, what age would you want to be? And I said, I don't know. What would you pick? And he said 16. And I said, well, you have not been 16. How do you know 16? And he said, well, we'll be good. Like, why are you picking 16? And his reasoning was because you can drive, because you don't have to worry about college yet. You're not an adult, but you can get a job. These are his reasonings. What age would you pick? You were talking about past selves and made me think about it.
I don't know. It's only recently that I've started to have like random aches and pains. And I've been pretty happy with our life otherwise. So, I mean, probably pretty close to, let's say 45.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nice round age.
Yeah, I liked early 40s. I mean, I don't mind any of it. I just would pick it before this one.
Okay.
Before this kidney stone. Okay. Freak. She's hurting.
Breathe.
Okay. Don't don't do that.
This is exactly how you responded in the delivery room. I try to help, and you'd be like, "Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't touch me. Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Don't touch
Probably
me."
why he said it, because I was probably said it in labor.
That's right. Okay, so let's look at different ways to declutter your life. So I was thinking about this, and I was doing a little research. And you tell me what you think of these. I want your feedback on some of these. Ready?
Okay.
If it requires a login, it's probably not necessary.
Oh, yeah, but then we'd not be able to do any of our jobs.
Well, no, but here's the thing is if you take it from the point of view of I should probably get rid of this and then work backwards, as opposed to these are probably, useful or helpful for me. What should I get rid of? It's a mindset. I think that, for example, we have to keep our banking things. We have to keep our work things.
Yeah.
But do we really need all the social media, for example?
No.
Is it really helping us?
No, I'm down to just one. Just Instagram.
Which? Oh, that's interesting.
The only time I go on Facebook is when I'm trying to get people to come get my stuff. The buy nothing, whatever, although we just call it come get my shit. So that, and I don't do TikTok anymore at all.
Yeah, I hardly ever do TikTok anymore either, or Facebook. In fact, I'm not quite certain I know why I keep Facebook. I say that I keep it to keep in touch with old friends, but I don't, and they don't. So what's the point of that? So if it requires a login, you probably get rid of it. How about the rule that says if you pick something up and your immediate thought is, what even is this? That it's probably time to go. It's
Yeah,
probably
if
time
you're
to
not
get rid of
sure. If it doesn't, I mean, really, I mean, Marie Kondo had it right. Does it bring you joy?
Yeah.
If it does not bring you joy, it doesn't bring you happiness, doesn't make you smile, or it doesn't serve a function
Right.
that you need.
I would say that if you pick it up and you can't explain what it is in under 2 seconds, you should get rid of it. How about canceling events, canceling things off of your calendar?
Okay. Can I cancel a lot of work things?
No, see, again, we can't really. But if there's something that you're kind of obligated to and you look at it on your calendar and you say, if this was canceled, would I be sad or would I be relieved? Probably
Most of the time it's relieved.
Probably most of the time it's relieved. And so that's definitely a thing to do.
Except that we have people over here and we don't want them to feel relieved if we were to cancel.
Okay, but that's up to them, though.
I know.
That's not our responsibility. All we can do is invite them. Oh my gosh, folks. I wish you could see Amanda's posture right now. So are we going to have to stop recording?
No, I made an urgent care appointment for noon.
Oh, okay.
It's 10:57.
All right, let's continue with this then. Audit the junk drawers.
Do you know how many times I audit the junk drawer? It's like its purpose in life is to be a junk drawer. So you clean it out, you get organizing systems. I cleaned it out when I had large gallon-sized bags and everything went in a bag for some function. Pens, tools, whatever. That is no longer a thing.
But we throw things in the junk drawer. Again, it's kind of like the wires, the computer wires or whatever. It's a just-in-case thing. Right? Which basically means what we've done is we have dedicated a drawer to be a museum of fear.
That's a good description.
Here's one that I have to do. It's the hobby reality check.
Okay, yeah.
So
Canvases speak for themselves.
blank canvases, or for you,
Tiny houses
that you're like, I'm going to paint these.
I only got 3 of them.
I say that if the hobby hasn't seen the light of day in 6 months, then you could probably legally declare it deceased at that point.
And I've seen a tactic for clothes, like getting rid of clothes. Although I will say that I'm on a bit of a streak with Poshmark. I've made like $100 in the past month just selling things that I don't wear anymore.
Nice.
I've seen a thing where when you put your clothes in the closet, you should put them where the hanger is backwards. You know what I mean? Like you're hooking it under instead of like. So this is a closet. Instead of doing the hook like this, you do it like that.
Okay, this is not a visual
So you
medium.
describe what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what you're trying to say. I'm lost.
Anyway, you turn the hanger backwards, and then that way, if you have not taken it off the hanger to wear it in a year, then that is your cue to I don't wear these things.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So usually when we hang something, we have the open part of the hanger,
the question mark open part,
right, facing away from us, so we can loop it. You're saying turn it around, so it's extra effort to hook it on. Got it.
And then if it continues to, oh look, there's a bird. Can you find my bird feeder, friend? It's in the jasmine though. It likes to nest in the jasmine. I've read it provides not nesting but shelter.
Am I editing that out?
No, I want the people to know my train of thought. So I bought a bird feeder. Guys, come back. I bought a songbird feeder and stuff for our hummingbird feeder.
Were you talking to the birds
yesterday.
or to the listeners when you said guys come back?
Oh, it's Bat.
Okay, please.
Okay.
Focus.
All right. Anyway, I've just realized that I've all of a sudden gotten into birds, and that must be like I'm 50. I like birds now.
All right, just don't go buying birds.
No. Birds are not meant to be in cages.
Yes, that's right. The last thing I have is this idea that if you were packing for a new life,
yeah, what would you take? Yeah,
what would you take?
That's a good idea. I like that one.
Precious little.
Probably not taking my bird feeder because the birds don't want to eat on it.
Are you going to take the kidney stone? You going to leave that?
This bitch can stay here. I hate her.
Okay. Do you have any other ideas
Why have
on
I
how
made her
people...
female? There's so much wrong with the patriarchy. Why have I not made this male?
Well, you went for that automatically. I don't know what this...
She feels really vindictive, though,
Spiteful.
right now. Yeah. Not just like audacious and like aloof and like feeling like entitled. That feels patriarchal. This one is like just out with a vendetta.
Okay. Let us know how we can declutter our lives or declutter Amanda's kidney, whichever you know how to do. familiarwilsons@gmail.com. We started talking about this because we're talking about the pub that we're making. This is kind of one of those things where we've reached that point in life. Instead of going to all the places that we like to go, we start recreating all those places here in our house.
Where's my library?
Ma'am, We have so many books.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Or a bookstore. Our house does not smell like Barnes & Noble.
There's probably a spray for that. So
Okay.
focus up here.
I can't. The pain is so bad.
Okay.
You're going to have to keep talking and I will non sequitur off and on. You're just lucky I'm still sitting upright.
You know, I'm not forcing you to.
No, I want to
record.
finish it. Keep talking.
Okay. Anyway, there's this room that no one really used for anything. We're turning into a pub. We need to have a name for the pub.
And Josh wants to call it Wilson's Pub, but that's not interesting.
No, our friends, the Belsons, actually put the question out on their podcast. What should we name the pub? And we need to do the same. It's
Did
gotta
they
have
get
a name.
any answers?
Their episode comes out tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So we will find out then.
Okay, fine.
What do you think? Have you thought of any names?
I have not. I do like this idea, though, of the something and the something. Like, that's very evocative to me. Like, you know, the rose and the pearl, or the crown and the thorn. And, you know, I think the Belsons suggested the lock and the key because of...
No, I suggested
Oh, you said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Because of Tim Key and Sean Locke, a couple comedians that we like.
Probably going to have to be something a little bit offbeat because we're offbeat. How about the slightly damp Wilson?
No one's using the word damp or moist.
How about the dripping biscuit?
No, that sounds like a Southern breakfast restaurant.
Oh, that's good though. Whatever it is, we need some ideas because clearly we're not gonna be able to do this. But it needs to feel historic. It needs to feel Wilson.
What about like the ship's bell? Because we were going to have a ship's bell being in there.
We can't have the word bell.
Ship's bellend.
That's the one sailor who gets no sleep.
That's right.
Email us at familiarwilsons@gmail.com. Pocket watch, ticking, constricting coat and vest, marking moments, sparking movement, making minutes.
I took Winthrop to the bookstore because Winthrop's entire life right now is screen based, except for when he's at school and playing soccer, but soccer got canceled. So, and it's okay to an extent because when he's playing Minecraft, he's playing with a couple friends from school. Then he plays this other online game called Gimkit with some friends from school, and they FaceTime on the computer and play. So it is a social interaction, right? And we know the kids he's playing with. And he's creating things, so it's not passive screen time. So it's better than just sitting there consuming things. However, definitely we were like, your brain needs a break. And so Muffy wanted a puzzle. She wanted a puzzle to work on. So I took her to the bookstore and I made him come with me to pick out a couple books because we're struggling. I think we've talked about this before. He used to be a voracious reader. He got into Harry Potter and he just flew through the first 5 books. And everywhere we went, he'd have this giant book and he'd read it. But then the content started getting a little too mature for him. Like once Hermione and Ron started dating, he was like, this is weird. I don't want this anymore. Totally appropriate for an 8-year-old at the time. And so whenever we go, he'll pick up these little like graphic novels. And I have no problem with graphic novels. That is absolutely literacy. But I want him back into chapter books because I want it to be something that like absorbs him. So I told him yesterday we went, and I said, you need to pick out something. It cannot be a graphic novel. You need to pick out something. And he just stood there and he was like, well, I don't see anything. I said, you have to actually touch the books and pull them off the shelf. Well, I don't know. You must read the back of the book. Like I introduced him to reading the description of the book. So he comes up to me and said, I want these. And he has in his hand the I Survived series, which I understand is a big deal. I talked to my friends whose kids are older and they're all like, oh, my son loved those. And Muffy even said, no, I was really into those. So he has picked I Survived the Titanic and I Survived Hurricane Katrina. Now, if you are new, you've not heard us talk about the epidemic of anxiety that runs genetically through both sides of this family. And I was like, great, because he worries about everything and he tends to worry when it's bedtime. And I thought we're just really opening ourselves up. But then Muffy was sitting there working on her puzzle and we were getting ready to go out with neighbors Tony and Kate for Tony's birthday. Happy belated birthday to neighbor Tony. And Muffy had earbuds in. And I said, are you going to have a good night? And she said, yeah, I'm learning about Jack the Ripper. So she's putting her puzzle together and listening to a history podcast on Jack the Ripper. I listen to true crime. And there is a lot of studies about how people with anxiety are drawn to true crime and things like that because it makes you feel like you have some sort of preparedness or control or whatever. And I realized that that's what these I Survive books for Winthrop are. It's now like his anxiety manifestation of I just need to understand what happened so it doesn't happen to me. Deep sigh. That's all you got.
Why can't he read about Jack and Jane and Throwing the Ball and Spot and all
because
these
those books are dirty.
Oh, stop. No,
it's Dick and Jane, first of all.
Okay.
Were the books.
Anyway, what I'm telling you is that I just want him to like just read happy things. I want you to read happy things too. I come in the room and you're watching freaking, CSI Murderville or whatever the hell
I like
it is.
Murderville. Murder in a Small Town's a new one that I like.
What I don't understand is you said it's about control and understanding.
Right.
I don't really get that. I mean, hear the words that you're saying, but I don't watch serious things because it stresses me the hell out. I don't like to watch serious movies.
Yeah.
It's the opposite effect on me. It increases my anxiety. So I kind of don't understand. And you said, that this is a common thing for people. Help me understand how that does anything but make you more anxious.
Well, let's talk to our friends at Sugar Coated Murder podcast, baking and true crime. I mean, this is a thing. It's a thing. I don't know how to describe it to you, but I will. I'll come next week with some scholarly articles, and we can talk about them.
Because I could understand if you're watching a police procedural and they solve the crime, and then you see the killer or whatever get justice. Then there could be a measure of, well, okay. That justice.
Well, I do like
served.
those too.
Okay, but a lot of them that you watch, it ends and you just feel more depressed than ever because it's like, oh, this will never be solved. Or
so I went through a really big Law and Order SVU phase. I could never watch the ones that had to do with children, right? And really, really liked them. Now I can't do those so much anymore because I do feel rather depressed. And like it makes me feel so there are things that I watch, like I love all the NCISs, but also my brother was career Navy, so there are things in there that that I'm familiar with, and I mean obviously not like chasing down international spies, but naval bases and things like that. And also just LL Cool J is fun for me. There has been reform efforts that every state has now passed, rape kit reform efforts. So basically like cold case rapes or rape kits that haven't been tested, and nationwide tracking now for all of these serial offenders that are there too. And this was led by and thanks to Mariska Hargitay, who has a foundation for rape victims, and it now every state, including Puerto Rico, now has this reform on that. So that is like some good coming out of like some fictionalized SVU world.
Okay.
Which is cool, right? Yeah. Like I like that. Well, Winthrop already survived the Titanic because he finished it yesterday.
Okay, good.
We'll see what happens about Katrina.
The slightly dripping Wilson?
Yeah. But because that's the name of the pub. He told me he read the graphic novel of there's the I Survived chapter books and there's the I Survived graphic novel. He's already read the I Survived graphic novel of Katrina at school.
Right.
So he's seen all of the images.
He already knows what happens.
Right. So he's still got to read the chapter book. I bet there's one that's I Survived Hurricane Andrew.
I could write that one.
And you could talk to him about it.
Yep. Maybe I should write that book. Maybe that should be the book that I write.
Yeah, because you're telling me about being in the hallway with like the lights popping and all the, the Transformers blowing up outside and
it was
holding
intense.
the door shut. I mean, it's very evocative, the story you tell.
Some of it's even true.
Of terror. Evocative of terror. Hear the wind chimes?
Yeah. All right. So if you want to get in touch with us about any old little thing, familiarwilsons@gmail.com. We did get a message from Danny Buckets, so I will read that now. He says this. He says, Wilsons, I love the term plonker, because we had talked about British slang last week. It's such a word used as a kid as a friendly insult, plonker. What a plonker.
Oh, like what would we say? What would kids say? So it's not like you can't get in trouble at school for that, Danny?
I don't think so. Yeah. He has thoughts about the recorder. He says, and we used to be forced to play and bring home the recorder here at school. And of course, Danny Buckets again is English. He says, I wish they'd had an electric recorder like there is for guitars. No, it would just then be louder. No, thank you. And pub names. He suggests the Wilson's Retreat or the Wilson's Hideout.
That sounds like a beach bar, though.
The Wilson's Plonk and Ale. The Wandering Wilson.
Okay.
And the Tipsy Wilson.
That's Tipsy Tipples.
I
Tipsy Nipples.
I don't think Wandering Wilson works because like it's at home.
Right, we can't wander.
So I'm gonna wander like the 3 feet to the bathroom, I guess.
I like the first couple, but that would be like if we were gonna have like a Jimmy Buffett bar here,
That's
like
true.
the tiki bar that we went
Right,
to
right.
that started all of this.
The Plonk and Ale. We shall see. All right. Do you have any ideas for pub names? familiarwilsons@gmail.com.
No one likes to be told what to do.
And now is the time in the program where we tell you what to do. Amanda, what should we do?
Well, I will say that while we have stopped ordering from Amazon, we do still have Amazon Prime. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can head on over and watch Interior Design Masters, which is what we watched last night when Josh wouldn't let me sleep because he loves me and doesn't want me to die. But it is hosted by Alan Carr, and it is kind of like Trading Spaces, if you remember that from a long time ago, but it's aspiring people who want to be interior designers, but it's a little bit campy and it's a whole lot of fun, and it's available. Seasons 2 through 6 are available to you on Prime, and right now season 7 is airing in the UK, and when it's over, it will make its way across the pond and you can watch season 7.
It's so interesting how what you've done here is we're already pretty niche because we're Americans who like British media, right?
Yeah.
But then you mentioned Trading Spaces, which is only people of a certain age would get that. So now that people who know what you're talking about, a very small section of people in their 50s who also happen to like
It's
British.
just us. We are the middle of that Venn diagram.
Okay. Well, then I'll make sure to listen back to this later.
They had a name for Trading Spaces in the UK. It was a similar thing. It was like switching rooms or something. I can't remember what it was, but they had one too. So I could go that way for our UK friends. Another thing to keep it very UK centric, the newest cast for the newest Celebrity Traders UK was just released, and it looks like it's going to be a really stacked and really great cast. So if you listen to us talk about the first season of UK Celebrity Traders, you can catch that on Peacock, I think is what it's on over here. And we are very excited and looking forward to when we eventually get that in like a year and a half.
And I'm calling it now. I am predicting, for those of you who watch The Traders, I'm predicting that the secret trader is Michael Sheen.
All right, there you go.
Just remember that because this is what I predicted. All right, Amanda, that's all there is. There is no more. Could it be that week by week we're just getting worse and worse at podcasting?
Or I'm just getting more and more pain. My appointment's in 40 minutes.
All right. Well, you should probably go take a shower.
God, do I have to shower?
I mean, for the sake of whoever's going to examine you, yes.
Fine, I'll go take a shower.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. There is a list of people who we always thank, and I don't have it ready, so let me find it here. Just hang out there.
We have a ton of butterflies on the jasmine. But guys, more birds landed and won't... Let me know, bird friends. Why weren't they eating from my little bird feeder? It's a platform feeder, if that helps anybody. That's what it's called. It looks like an Adirondack rocking chair.
So special thanks to Justin and Matt, Antonio, Josh Scar, Daniel J. Buckets, and thanks for the little message there. Chicken Tom, R.I.P., Monique from Germany, Leo, Joey, Ryan Baker, Refined Gay Jeff, and Kate and Tony, Mark and Rachel, and Dan and Gavin. Thank you so much for being the wind beneath our wings.
I thought you were going to say the wind in our wind chimes.
All right, Amanda's off to the care spot.
You're coming with me. I'm not driving myself.
Who's going to stay here with the children?
The older child is almost 20.
All right, then I need to take a shower then.
You should take a shower.
All right, well, we'll both take a shower. Wee. See y'all later.
Bye. Oh, wait. I forgot to say it, and you should know it by now, but I'll remind you. Go be kind.
Bye.
Bye.